Welcome to tonight's top news stories from around the world. You are watching Millennium News Hour and I am Tanziba Naurin. Let's get started with the headlines making waves right now. McConnell breaks with Trump on vilification of Biden. Cannon comes under scrutiny for plotting pace of Trump documents case. Supreme Court allows emergency abortions in Idaho for now. Supreme Court curbs ACC powers to enforce securities laws. NTSB sanctions Boeing over release of 737 MAX investigation details. Bolivian army chief arrested after coup attempt. Honduras ex-president Hernandez sentenced to 45 years in prison on U.S. drug conviction. China expels ousted defense chiefs in corruption crackdown. Ex-assistant convicted of murdering, dismembering Bangladesh ride-sharing app Pato co-founder Fahim Saleh in NYC. Pakistan court rejects Imran Khan wife appeal in unlawful marriage case. South Africa scuttle Afghanistan to reach first T20 World Cup final. And Venezuela into Copa quarters after Mexico defeat Jamaica out. You were listening to headlines, now news in detail. Senate Republican leader Mitch McConnell of Kentucky broke ranks with former President Trump by calling President Joe Biden a good guy, contrasting with Trump's accusations of Biden orchestrating election theft and political persecution. McConnell, who has endorsed Trump, acknowledged his personal fondness for Biden from their decades in the Senate and collaborations during Biden's vice presidency. However, McConnell criticized Biden's policy decisions, asserting that Biden's shift leftward after his election contradicted his moderate campaign stance. Speaking in Louisville, McConnell highlighted Biden's alignment with the far left of the Democratic Party, which he argued has posed challenges for business interests. McConnell's remarks underscored his support for Trump's critique of Biden's presidency, providing a roadmap for Trump to attack Biden's record ahead of upcoming debates and the campaign trail. Judge Aileen Cannon is facing increasing scrutiny for her handling of the Mar-a-Lago documents case involving former President Trump. Critics are questioning the prolonged three-day consideration of Trump's motions challenging special counsel Jack Smith's appointment and funding. Cannon's decision to invite outside groups into the courtroom and delay setting a trial date has drawn criticism, especially after reports that her judicial colleagues suggested she recuse herself due to potential bias concerns. Lawyers, including Trump's defenders, have voiced concerns over what they perceive as unusual delays favoring Trump's interests. Retired federal judge Nancy Gertner criticized Cannon for her handling, suggesting incompetence or bias might be factors. Meanwhile, Trump's former defense attorney Michael Van Der Veen, while acknowledging Cannon's intelligence, criticized the slow pace and excessive consultations which he believes benefit Trump's defense strategy. The case remains unresolved amid growing debate over Cannon's approach and its implications for the legal proceedings. The Supreme Court avoided a decision on whether Idaho's strict abortion law clashes with the federal requirement for emergency care, including abortions for pregnant women facing complications. By dismissing Idaho's appeal, the court upheld a lower court's ruling allowing emergency abortions in the state for now. Justice Ketanji Brown Jackson, dissenting from the bench, criticized the court's inaction, arguing the conflict should have been resolved immediately. Conservative Justice Samuel Alito also expressed dissatisfaction, suggesting the Biden administration's interpretation of federal law allowing abortions in non-life-threatening health crises isn't clear. The court's mixed opinions reflect ongoing uncertainty over whether federal law overrides state bans like Idaho's, which lack broad health exceptions for mothers. While this decision affects only Idaho, it underscores broader legal disputes in other states. The case continues, potentially becoming more complex depending on future legal and political developments. In a significant decision, the Supreme Court ruled 6-3 on Thursday to curb the Securities and Exchange Commission's authority in enforcing securities laws. The case challenged the SEC's use of in-house judges for adjudicating cases, arguing it infringes on the right to a jury trial. Critics, including conservatives and business interests, have long contended that such proceedings give the SEC undue advantage akin to a home court bias. The ruling marks a broader trend of conservative-leaning decisions targeting federal agency powers. The court's majority, sympathetic to arguments against agency overreach, questioned the fairness of SEC's internal adjudication process versus trials in federal courts. This decision impacts how the SEC handles cases involving insider trading and other securities violations where financial penalties are at stake. While this case specifically addresses SEC practices, it reflects ongoing challenges to federal agency authority, potentially shaping future regulatory practices and legal interpretations. We will be back after a short break. Till then, stay with us. This world continuously revolving around various events. Every minute, every second, something is happening somewhere around the globe, and you want to get connected to that event or to that specific moment. Here we come, Millennium News Hour, to get you connected with top USA and international trending news, which includes local news, political news, world news, business news, health and science-related news, entertainment news, sports news, and so on. Millennium News 24 is transmitted and available to be watched free for OLED TVs such as Sony, Samsung, LG, Roku TV, Amazon TV, and Apple TV, and also in all European countries and Australia available with Sky Network, Worldwide Jago TV, Radiant IPTV, Worldwide Jago BD Network, and Horizon Satellite globally. Stay connected with Millennium News Hour to get the world news on your feed. Welcome back to Millennium News Hour. The U.S. National Transportation Safety Board announced sanctions against Boeing for breaching investigative rules by disclosing confidential details to the media about a 737 MAX emergency. Boeing's actions, described as a blatant violation, included speculating on the cause of an Alaska Airlines incident involving a door plug blowout on January 5. This disclosure has strained relations between Boeing and federal agencies, especially as the Justice Department considers potential criminal charges by July 7. While Boeing remains a party to the Alaska Airlines investigation, it will no longer access unpublished findings. This move allows Boeing more freedom to defend its practices but limits its involvement in the ongoing probe. The NTSB emphasized Boeing's deep understanding of investigative protocols, making the violation particularly noteworthy during a media briefing in Washington state. Boeing has not yet responded to the NTSB's actions. The incident underscores challenges in balancing transparency with procedural integrity in high-stakes aviation investigations. Now it's time for global updates. Bolivia witnessed a tense situation as its Army Chief General Juan Jose Zuniga deployed soldiers and tanks near government buildings, triggering global condemnation and accusations of an attempted coup by President Luis Arce. The troops positioned at Plaza Murillo, where the presidency and Congress reside, with one tank even attempting to breach the presidential palace's door. Zuniga claimed the move aimed to restructure democracy away from prolonged elite rule. After about 5 hours, soldiers and tanks withdrew, and Zuniga was arrested on live television outside a military barracks. President Arce, addressing supporters, affirmed Bolivia's commitment to democracy and swiftly replaced military leadership. The turmoil escalated when Zuniga accused Arce of orchestrating the uprising to bolster his popularity, a claim denied by the president. Former President Evo Morales echoed concerns of a brewing coup and called for national mobilization to defend democracy amid ongoing political tensions. Former Honduran President Juan Orlando Hernandez was sentenced to 45 years in prison by a U.S. judge for drug and firearm offenses. The 55-year-old faces likely lifelong imprisonment unless his appeal succeeds. A Manhattan jury convicted him in March of taking millions in bribes to shield cocaine shipments heading to the U.S. despite his public stance against traffickers. Prosecutors sought life imprisonment, while defense argued for the 40-year minimum. Judge Kevin Castile emphasized the sentence as a warning to influential defendants who think they are immune from justice, criticizing Hernandez's dual image as a polished politician and power seeker. Hernandez, who led Honduras from 2014 to 2022, was accused of enabling over 400 tons of cocaine trafficking to the U.S., fueling addiction and violence. Prosecutors also alleged he used drug money to manipulate elections. Hernandez maintained innocence, citing revenge motives from traffickers' testimonies. He addressed the court in prison attire, claiming wrongful conviction. We will be back after a short break. Till then, stay with us. This world continuously revolving around various events. Every minute, every second, something is happening somewhere around the globe, and you want to get connected to that event or to that specific moment. Here we come, Millennium News Hour, to get you connected with top USA and international trending news, which includes local news, political news, world news, business news, health and science-related news, entertainment news, sports news, and so on. Millennium News 24 is transmitted and available to be watched free for OLED TVs such as Sony, Samsung, LG, Roku TV, Amazon TV, and Apple TV, and also in all European countries and Australia available with Sky Network, Worldwide Jago TV, Radiant IPTV, Worldwide Jago BD Network, and Horizon Satellite globally. Stay connected with Millennium News Hour to get the world news on your feed. Welcome back to Millennium News Hour. You are watching latest global updates. China has expelled 2 former defense ministers from the Communist Party over corruption allegations, marking a significant crackdown on elite figures. Li Shangfu and his predecessor Wei Fenghe were ousted for serious violation of party discipline and the law, state media reported. Li, who disappeared last year and was removed as defense minister, faced accusations of seeking personal gains through improper personal arrangements and accepting bribes. Wei was accused of accepting money and gifts against party rules. President Xi Jinping's administration, amid tensions with the US and efforts to assert control, has intensified its anti-corruption campaign within the military and political spheres. She recently highlighted ongoing deep-seated problems in military politics and discipline. The purge includes replacing senior military officials and emphasizing zero tolerance for corruption. The moves underscore Xi's firm grip on power as he navigates domestic challenges and international pressures. Tyrese Haspil, former assistant to Bangladesh ride-sharing app Pater co-founder Fahim Saleh, has been convicted of first-degree murder for killing his boss in a luxury New York apartment in July 2020. The jury swiftly rejected Haspil's defense, which claimed he acted out of love for his girlfriend, instead finding him guilty after deliberating for just 3 hours in Manhattan's Supreme Court. Prosecutors argued that Haspil's motive was to cover up his embezzlement of $400,000 from Fahim, which he used for an extravagant lifestyle. Haspil, 25 years old, now faces a life sentence for the murder and dismemberment of Fahim, who was 33 years old at the time of his death. The case captured widespread attention due to its shocking nature and the high-profile status of Fahim Saleh, a tech entrepreneur. The verdict underscores the gravity of the crime and concludes a trial marked by intense scrutiny over Haspil's actions and motivations. A court in Islamabad, Pakistan has rejected an appeal by former Prime Minister Imran Khan and his wife Bushra Bibi to suspend a ruling that their 2018 marriage violated Islamic law. The decision means Khan and Bibi will not be released from jail. They were sentenced to 7 years on February 3, just days before general elections. All the previous convictions against Khan have been overturned. The case was brought by Bibi's ex-husband, Kaur Maneka, who claimed she didn't observe the required 3-month waiting period after their divorce before marrying Khan. Maneka divorced Bibi in November 2017 and Khan announced their marriage in February 2018, months before becoming Prime Minister. Khan and Bibi had filed multiple appeals to overturn the conviction but will now await another hearing on July 2. A senior leader from Khan's Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf party criticized the ruling, calling it a sad day for the judiciary. The case has drawn attention due to Khan's political stature and the legal controversy surrounding his personal life. We will be back after a short break. Till then, stay with us. This world continuously revolving around various events. Every minute, every second, something is happening somewhere around the globe, and you want to get connected to that event or to that specific moment. Here we come, Millennium News Hour, to get you connected with top USA and international trending news, which includes local news, political news, world news, business news, health and science-related news, entertainment news, sports news, and so on. Millennium News 24 is transmitted and available to be watched free for OLED TVs such as Sony, Samsung, LG, Roku TV, Amazon TV, and Apple TV, and also in all European countries and Australia available with Sky Network, Worldwide Jago TV, Radiant IPTV, Worldwide Jago BD Network, and Horizon Satellite globally. Stay connected with Millennium News Hour to get the world news on your feed. Welcome back to Millennium News Hour. Now it's time for business news. Today's New York stock close price is 17,993.79. The NYSE Composite is decreased by 57.21 points or 0.32%. Tokyo stock close price is 39,341.54. The Nikkei 225 index is decreased by 325.53 points or 0.82%. Shanghai stock close price is 2,945.85. The Shanghai index is decreased by 26.67 points or 0.90%. Hong Kong stock close price is 17,716.47. The Hang Seng index is decreased by 373.14 2.46 points or 2.06%. Bombay stock close price is 79,243.18. The Sensex index is increased by 568.93 points or 0.72%. Let's have a look on today's sports stories. In a dominant display, South Africa routed Afghanistan for just 56 rounds to secure a convincing 9-wicket victory in the first 2020 World Cup semi-final in Trinidad. This triumph marks South Africa's first ever entry into a T20 World Cup final after a history of stumbling in previous semi-finals dating back to 1992. At Brandara Stadium, South Africa's bowlers dismantled Afghanistan's batting lineup in under 12 overs, restricting them to their lowest T20 international score ever. Despite an early wicket by Fazil Haq Farooqi, South Africa's Reza Hendricks and captain Aiden Markram calmly guided their team to victory within 9 overs. Reflecting on the win, Markram expressed pride and relief for South Africa's supporters after several close matches in the tournament. Afghanistan, in their maiden semi-final appearance, chose to bat but struggled from the start as South Africa's Marco Jansen and Kagiso Rabada picked apart their top order early on. South Africa now awaits the winner of the second semi-final between India and England for a shot at the title in Barbados on Saturday, aiming to finally claim a major trophy after years of near misses. Venezuela secured their spot in the Copa America quarter-finals with a hard-fought 1-0 win over Mexico on Wednesday. Veteran striker Salomon Rondon scored the decisive goal from a penalty, giving Venezuela 6 points from 2 Group B games, placing them at the top. Mexico, despite the loss, still has a chance to qualify for the knockout stage by defeating Ecuador in their final group match on Sunday. Their hopes were dampened when Orbelin Pineda missed a penalty in the 87th minute, denied by Venezuela's goalkeeper Rafael Romo. Earlier in the match, Rondon had put Venezuela ahead in the 57th minute from another penalty after a foul by Mexico's Julian Quinones. The result also confirmed Jamaica's elimination from the tournament following their earlier 3-1 loss to Ecuador. Ecuador, who bounced back after losing to Venezuela, held off Jamaica with goals including a Cassie Palmer own goal and a penalty by Kendry Paez. Despite Jamaica's efforts, including a goal by Michael Antonio, Ecuador sealed their win with a late breakaway goal by Alan Minta. Let's have a look on today's weather forecast. Before finishing today's news, let's hear out the headlines again. McConnell breaks with Trump on vilification of Biden. Cannon comes under scrutiny for plotting pace of Trump documents case. Supreme Court allows emergency abortions in Idaho for now. Supreme Court curbs ACC powers to enforce securities laws. NTSB sanctions Boeing over release of 737 MAX investigation details. Bolivian army chief arrested after coup attempt. Honduras ex-president Hernandez sentenced to 45 years in prison on U.S. drug conviction. China expels ousted defense chiefs in corruption crackdown. Ex-assistant convicted of murdering, dismembering Bangladesh ride-sharing app Pato co-founder Fahim Saleh in NYC. Pakistan court rejects Imran Khan wife appeal in unlawful marriage case. South Africa scuttle Afghanistan to reach first T20 World Cup final. And Venezuela into Copa quarters after Mexico defeat Jamaica out. That's all for today. Keep watching Millennium News Hour for latest news update. To stay updated, like our Facebook page, subscribe our YouTube channel and visit our websites. Our website addresses are www.millenniumnews24.com and www.millenniumtv24.com. Millennium News 24 is transmitted and available to be watched free for all LED TVs such as Sony, Samsung, LG, Roku TV, Amazon TV and Apple TV, and also in all European countries and Australia available with Sky Network, Worldwide Jago TV, Radiant IPTV, Worldwide Jago BD Network and Horizon Satellite globally. Stay connected with us for all the latest news worldwide. Thank you.